Hello, Smars here. So, trying to think. I want to do these segments that are specifically for Myth of Eustro. I want to do different for different comics. I want to do different talks about just the just throughout the production of each chapter. But well, with this one, okay, I'm at chapter 3, and I'm actually finishing it up, and I was stressing out. I was having a lot of, I wasn't stressing out about completing it, because it's pretty much finished. The part I was stressing out about was the digital trading cards that I had been creating for it, which it's stupid to say because we're only 3 chapters in, and so far I've only added them to 1 chapter because with the second chapter I didn't do them because I couldn't create them in time. I just could not make interesting cards. They weren't coming out, so I just scrapped the whole thing, and I was like, there's not enough time before the deadline hit. And this time, though, I was just kind of thinking about them, and I couldn't think of anything interesting to animate. And then when I did think of something to animate, I couldn't think of how to make it work in an interesting way that could be a short loop. And that's been part of the problem is they only animate in short loops, and it's just like, does anybody actually find that interesting is another thing. I'm not sure anybody cared with them in the first chapter, and I guess anyone can make the argument, well, it's just the fact that, well, it's only 3 chapters in, they only showed up in 1 chapter, so no one's gotten used to them yet. So we don't know what they are. What are they? What are these things? What's the point? And that was the thing. There kind of is no point. That's the thing. There kind of is no point, except for it's a callback to what Myth of Eustro originally was. When Myth of Eustro was first conceived, and was that 2000 or 2001? I don't remember. Long time ago. It was a card game. It was a battling card game that I was creating. And, I played it, I tested it out with a couple of people, and, and just sort of tweaked it along the way as people learned how to play it, and I just kept testing it, was that focus testing, and, I did a lot of that. But eventually I just sat it to the side because I'm not a game developer. I don't have a puzzle building mind like that. I have sort of a puzzle building mind in the sense of mystery, of storytelling, but not in, it's a completely different thing when we're talking about game building, with the structure of game building. That kind of puzzle it's different. It's like a mathematic. It's mathematic. It's that kind of puzzle. Whereas mine is the kind of stuff that I do is more like a word puzzle. It's a logic puzzle. I don't know how to explain it. It's different. Basically, is what I'm trying to say, and that's not the way that my mind works. And so I don't know. I couldn't make it compelling enough that the people that were playing it with me, I couldn't, make it interesting enough that they wanted to keep playing it. And I just didn't retain interest in it. So I don't know. I set it to the side, especially once story stuff started popping up. And I started expanding on that and creating characters for this world. Because I had created all this material for this world that then story started creeping in. And that's when it started taking on the life of that sort of D&D style game where I started creating my guidebooks for different adventures. And then that's when it took that life on, where it became more D&D style, which is more so what this version of it harkens back to, where it is more of you're watching. It's kind of like I'm trying to think. The way that I'm thinking that look at it as if you're watching people play D&D. This is their characters. This is them. but then you are sort of playing the role of the DM, where you're sort of setting up the choice, where the choice, kind of, I guess we all are. It's really weird. It's stupid. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there, because that just complicates it. Um, but I don't know. I mean, the cards just don't work. They ultimately don't work anymore, and they don't have a place. But I really, really loved them. And when I found them back when I made the decision to do the comic, I found all the cards, and I'm just shuffling through them, and I got so excited again, seeing them. I remembered, how excited I was to build this game, and I was working on the mechanics of it, and I remembered all that, and I got excited about it again, and I was like, oh, people would love digital trading cards, wouldn't they? Right? That's a thing. And then I actually started looking online to see if digital trading cards was a thing, and sure enough, it's a thing. But it's a thing in games. Like, there are digital trading card games, card battlers that are complete with digital cards that you download. You can download entire packs of digital cards. And I think that's really awesome. Like, I'm not even going to go into which ones. I mean, if it interests you, then you can find them. They're easy enough to find. Some of them were Kickstarter projects. Some of them are from big, big mainstream companies. Whatever. But the thing is that's the key point, though, is that they were attached to games. It wasn't just digital trading cards out there in the world. Um, I don't remember finding any of those. I don't think I found any just random digital trading cards. Oh no, wait, no, I did. But they were attached to specific things. They were attached to like Tops. I think they make trading cards like baseball cards, basketball, sports cards. But then they also occasionally make cards that are themed with other things. Like they make Garfield cards or something like that. Garfield trading cards. But then they had like digital trading cards. It was so weird. It was a really weird adventure that I went on. And they had like these digital trading cards. But the thing about it was they were attached to an app. And I went, oh, that makes sense. I like that. They're attached to an app. So that's how you collect them is, you if you want to get a new pack, you buy a pack and you open up your app and you can go in there and you're just basically collecting. It's like your card, your book that you have, all your different sleeves and you can put all the cards in. I don't know. Maybe you collected cards or not. I don't know. I did collect cards at one point in my life. But I don't have the ability to do stuff like that. I just, there's a limit to what I can do, and I recognize that. And when I saw that, I went, oh, God, I can't do that. I can't make my cards app compatible. And I started looking for people that could and looking for programmers. And then I was just like, this is too much. It's too far. It's going too far. And it's complicating a very simple thing. I wanted to tell a story, and I wanted people to be able to sort of interact with the story to different degrees in different places. And I just thought I was focusing way too much energy on those cards. So, I don't know. They've slowly sort of been pushed out of the story, and I think this is it. They just don't have a place anymore. They don't make sense anymore. Um, Everything about them, though, I will sort of be retained within the story and other parts of the story, other parts of the world. Like all the stuff that I would have put in those cards, I'll just put in like item sheets that I'll actually post online where I'll show like different items and different artifacts and occasionally different characters, and I'll show like the stats and all sorts of stuff that would have gone on the cards, and it'll tell a little bit about the characters or the items or whatever it is. And I mean, I'll just do that kind of thing instead because that's more fun for me, and I think it would be more fun for other people, um, everyone sort of in that's reading the book. But the collectability of the cards doesn't make sense because I don't think people know there's nothing that they can do with them. That was the thing. In the end, there's nothing you can do with them other than just collect them and keep them on a hard drive somewhere. Okay, but you can't play a game with them because the game doesn't exist anymore. Um, there's no rule set for that game anymore, um, and it doesn't make sense. So collecting them it's meaningless. It's absolutely meaningless, and I don't know. So oh no, the battery's running out on my tablet, so I'm gonna end this recording, and I will talk to you soon, and figure out a name for this thing. I don't know. Maybe you can help. Let's try to figure out a name for this Myth of Eustro segment. I don't know. All right. Bye.